Good job, Sparkman. Today we're back again. Whoa. Today we're back again with another video. This is gonna be DJ giving you, as you can see here, previews and predictions for Indeed Clash in Paris. Uh, they're gonna be on Paris, France for bonjour, voilà, oui oui, something like that. All right, I'm trying to think of different French for my French fans out there. Anyway, we saw the promo segment between John Cena and Logan Paul tonight. It was good, man. Or well, I saw it at the time it aired, so I guess I can say earlier today. But saw it at the time that it aired. Good stuff, man. You know, Logan Paul, man. I like Logan Paul, man. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not popular, but I like Logan, man. He came in there basically, you know, telling Cena, hey man, like you keep basically calling me the pretender, but yeah, you keep switching from good guy to bad guy, and then back to good guy. Like, come on, man, and Cena got done just tore him. You know what Cena do, man. He cook up, he tear the guy up. I don't think, although with Logan, he's not even nowhere near buried though. Like even though Cena is cooking up on the mic with Logan, bro, he was nowhere near like Logan was nowhere near buried, bro. Not at all. But anyway. He cooked up like he usually did. So and Sammy's now new U.S. champion, man. Solo, pray for his booking. Pray for his booking because it is suffering. It is in jeopardy. It is in the hospital. It is on his last dying breath of any type of thing that is worthwhile for him, bro. Please, please, please pray for Solo Sikoa's booking, bro. I think the only match he won as U.S. champ was, funny enough, the one title defense he had where he beat the guy for the U.S. title in Jacob and then loses it to Sammy is kind of crazy. Considering Sammy's not billed as the big dangerous threat, but yet whatever. Anyway, moving on. But yes, it is indeed on Sunday. This will be one of the few WWE PLEs that is on a Sunday instead of a Saturday. So this will be interesting how this all go down. But I will be out of town, so I'll be watching it from there. I won't be able to do my review on it until like that Monday. So I'll watch it on Sunday when it airs, but I probably won't be able to post my review because I'll be out of town, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. But that's the first 2 minutes is just me clearing stuff up of where I'm going to be and, stuff like that. I know the Bucky's thing making it look weird. That's kind of look how weird how that look. It's like you can see through the Bucky's shirt. Anyway, boom. Let's do it, bro. That look kind of cool though. I ain't gonna lie. That's kind of cold though. How you can see through the little circle. Anyway, let's do it. Preview and prediction time. I'ma start off as far as predictions concerned. I'ma start off with predicting. Let's bring in the OTC at this time. OTC. You know they say it a little different when they overseas. OTC. Roman Reigns versus big old Bronson Reed. Now, if those who don't know, Bronson Reed's got done puffy, flubbery, big pufferfish self, came in, the Samoan Australian man, comes in and steals Roman Reigns' J's. And if you know anything about shoe culture, man, stealing the J's is heavily foul and like you got a guy done, get your get back on that man, bro. You better knock his ass out and hit him again for good measure if he ain't knocked out good enough. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, take the man J, bro. That's what that insinuate, man, that you got to go ahead and got done reign supreme with your god done fist going across his face multiple times. Anyway, hopefully we see that from Roman Reigns because Bronson Reed has stolen his shoes, the Shula Fala play off of the Ula Fala, the little tribal necklace that Roman has on, but it's the Shula Fala because he messed up the shoes and the creases is creased up, and he tied Roman's laces after beating him up and robbing him for his J's on television. But Shula Fala and the tribal thief is what they call him, play off a tribal chief. So Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed, man. I do think Roman will get the win. And, in these predictions, I'm going to just basically say who I'm going to win and who I think is going to win and why. And like kind of maybe the story, how it may unfold going forward and whatnot. But I'm going to go Roman Reigns to win this one because I feel like if there was any possible person I would believe in the Vision faction beating Roman Reigns, that's not named Seth Rollins is Braun Breaker, bro. Like, because clearly, Bronson Reed is more or less being used as the muscle of the group. He's more being used as the extra muscle because Braun Breaker already got, come on, man, he beefed up, man. You know what I'm saying? He got, the guns. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, yeah, I would believe if this was like Roman versus Braun Breaker, I would actually have some type of like back and forth, like, ooh, who wins this? But I don't think there's going to be a situation where Roman's going to put him over. I just feel like because of the whole story of him getting his shoes back, it would make no sense for the build that he cannot get his shoes back just for him to lose the match. I don't think that's the case. But then also it's a situation of, I like that they're actually giving Big Bronson Reed some type of dynamic. Because, Braun Breaker has the aggression and the barking and all that type of stuff over. And, he's a Steiner. So, like, that naturally gives him, and the fact that he's naturally a Steiner, is in his blood, literally. He already got personality and notoriety just all and some type of credibility just off that, and obviously the barking and stuff and the spears and all that is over, his athleticism. So he has his stuff that's over. But Bronson Reed, other than the tsunami, he hadn't really, done nothing. So that really makes him more interesting. So I'm glad they've given him something as the tribal thief, to Shula follow. But all that being said, I do think Roman will get the win, though. This does not feel like a match he will lose. Like I said, if this was against a Braun Breaker, then I'd be a little more like, oh, maybe. Because, Braun Breaker is obviously going to be billed as the next face of the company. Whether it's him or not, we don't know. But if they're making it seem like, this is going to be the guy we're going to center our company around after, the Cody and Romans are definitely, step down more as into taking more of a veteran legend role. This is going to be the guy stepping it up to be next. But anyway, Roman Reigns is winning that match. Second match I'm going to go with here is the match that was announced. Tag team title match between Uncle Howdy, not Uncle Howdy, his group in Y6. I think it's going to be Dexter Lumis and Joe Gacy as the tag team champions versus the Street Profits, man. I think Street Profits are not going to win this match. I do think that Y6 will win this match. Although they did tease what we all been waiting for, man. That Montez Ford singles run, bro. The guy's natural personality. He's a great seller. He's a great athlete. We've been waiting for the Montez Ford singles run, man. And he's even spoken about it on interviews and stuff, like how he wants to do that and be a WWE champion. So it'd be great to see it, man. And it seems like we might have just got our first hint of that, man, ever. And that was when Uncle Howdy backstage on SmackDown said, basically, will you still be his brother when you lose this fight? Because, like, we all brothers. This is a real family in the Y6. But y'all maybe, it's more or less like y'all just, together just to get the championship. Like, y'all ain't basically really brothers. So after y'all fail to get these titles back, are y'all still going to be brothers? Like, it's kind of, he's planting that seed in people's head like he did with Carmelo Hayes and Miz as a team. Like, hey, like, perception ain't reality, I am reality, and basically poking at the people and basically making it seem like, hey, y'all ain't even really friends like that. Like, basically, like, what I'm saying? He really just here to, hold, maybe either anchor you down or to kind of like, hold on to you for their own personal reasons, you know what I'm saying? Rather than it being a genuine connection. So that was teased between both of those teams on SmackDown. Shout out Perry, you know what I'm saying? Or Leon had obviously great crowd engine. They was the crowd for Backlash last year, so not surprising. But anyway, I do think Y6 are going to get the win as they are teasing dissension now. But finally, if you ask me, for the Street Profits, you know what I'm saying? But let's see how it all turn out, man. I don't think they need to rush it. But if they were, that would be shocking if they did something crazy, like something like a turn or something like that at Clash to make for a pay-per-view / PLE moment. That would go crazy. But I do think either way, Y6 is getting the win, retaining the WWE Tag Team titles. The next match now I'm going to get into is Becky Lynch versus Nikki Bella. Now, I do feel that Becky Lynch is better as a heel. You know what I'm saying? I feel like she does her best work when she's more of the cocky, arrogant heel than when she's kind of the fighting, the man, ruthless type character. I kind of like the heel version of her better. But that being said, obviously, she hit, Nikki Bella with the killer line of basically like, you would have been the most powerful couple in WWE with, who you was with, but you can't, you're not seeing them anymore, play off of John Cena because she used to be with him. That was a great line. Last week, it was a little awkward. Last week for me, or this past week on Monday, they did another back and forth that was a little awkward for me. I think it's just because Nikki Bella's never been known as one of the best promos in the business or anything. And Becky, does good in her own right, is pretty entertaining, but even she can't, like, always, knock it out of the park every single time, you know what I'm saying? So that, this segment was kind of awkward. So I'm not as thrilled for this match. Like, there's no sense of like, oh, I gotta see this match. You know what I'm saying? I felt more of that when she was wrestling, Bayley and Lyra, and we'll see if Bayley ends up turning heel. They've been teasing that as well. Something on Monday Night Raw and stuff like that. But I do think Becky retains because this does not feel like a match that she's going to lose this title. So I don't know what they're going to do next, or they're going to do a series of matches between them or not. Not sure. But I do got Becky getting the win. The next match that I'm going to be predicting is Sheamus versus Rusev, man. The good old fashioned Donnie Brooks Slabanaka match, man. These guys have had two matches, I think, on Monday Night Raw where they just beating the crap out of each other. And I think I forgot if Rusev or whoever got the win on one of them. And then the one ended up in like a DQ. And now this one is going to have some equipment. So they already hit hard. And now in this match, they're going to have some equipment to work with the, kendo sticks, ladders. Not that they're going to probably use that, but tables or whatever. So I do think Rusev will get the win. I just think he needs it more. And some could say Sheamus needs a good win too. But I just think because Rusev, was brought back earlier this year, I think he does need something to kind of get his momentum back. Because I ain't gonna lie, the Rusev Day thing was, hella over at the time it was. But now, more or less, it ain't really been hidden. Like, they chanted that when he first came back. But then, since he's settled in, they haven't really gone crazy over him. And that's because, he hasn't really done anything massive yet. So I think him getting the win over this series, that's been great, man. Just seeing them fight a mid-card feud, even though they kind of been dragging it a little bit as far as just them doing the same thing every week. Like, once they have a match, they just get into a brawl in the back or whatever. And it's fun to watch, but there's certain times, like, there's the brawling and stuff is fun until you drag it for too long. Like what they did with the Vision, Seth's faction, and Roman and like Jay and LA Knight or whoever, Punk and whoever else would get involved. Like, they were doing too much of that, like same ending of brawling. Like, it was fun for the first 2, maybe 3 weeks, but once you start doing it every single time, like this is how the show ends, it's just y'all brawling back and forth. It does get like fatigue after a certain point. It does get to a point, dude. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I do think that Sheamus, even though this is his type of match, this kind of could go either way, but I think I'm going to stick with Rusev getting the win here, man. I just think he needs more of it to cement him since he got back earlier this year. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to go with. But it should be a fun match. Crowd's going to be live for all these matches, but this one, I think they're going to take it up to the next level. Anyway, the next match that I'm going to be predicting, I think there's 3 more, if I'm not mistaken. There's one match I'm missing. 2 matches I already know. It's the big matches. What's the last one I'm missing though, dog? It's one I'm missing. Cause I know we got Cena and Paul. We got the triple or the fatal 4-way with Seth. Is that all the matches? Am I missing one? Wait, now I gotta see if I'm missing one. Cause I'm thinking like I know I did. So I did the Roman Reigns match. I did the I said the Roman match. I said the Sheamus match, the Nikki Bella match. Oh, I guess there may not be another. Oh, maybe I was wrong. Okay, okay. I thought there was like 7 matches, but I guess there's 6. Okay, I don't know why I thought there were 7 matches because I'm looking now and I'm like, yeah, that's all the matches. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, all right. I was on the right pace. All right, I thought it was 7 matches at first. That's why I was like, wait, hold on now. But anyway, I think it's because I thought AJ versus Dominic was on this card. I thought that's what they put on this card. That's why I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I guess they didn't. I don't know. I don't think I did. I don't think they did. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on, man. I'm gonna get into Cena versus Logan. Even though I think that'll main event, I'm gonna go to Cena because he's been main eventing every PLE. So, which is because it's his retirement tour. So I'm gonna go Cena versus Logan Paul, man. Now I know some people wanted the AJ Styles, match. I get it, but I'm one of those people that don't mind them introducing newer talent. And whether you like Logan or not, he would be somebody who would be considered the younger and newer talent. And he's even starting to be there more consistently and stuff. So I actually don't. I get it. You prefer AJ or whoever, but anyway, it would have been fun or whatever. Great nostalgia run, but I don't actually mind seeing somebody else. I'm one of those people that's open to more than one thing. Like some fans are like dead set on. Oh, it had to be AJ. There's no way. It has to be AJ Styles. They gotta run it back. They gotta run it back from their great matches in 2016 and 2017. And I'm just like, bro, I get it. It's his last run. You want him to see him face his more iconic rivals, bro. But either we can't get them all, or maybe we'll get the match. It just won't be a clash. But anyway, boom. Shabuya. Cena versus Logan. I got Cena winning this match. I don't think they're gonna give this to Logan here because it's Cena's retirement tour, and I think they want him now that he's a babyface again. He needs to get some good wins. I feel, and not that Logan Paul. I mean, Logan Paul will be a top heel as far as reactions. Yeah, definitely gets the new one of the only legit heels left in the business if you think about it, where the crowd genuinely doesn't like him. And I don't think, even though I like these promos leading up to it, Logan Paul basically making his name and saying that he's not a pretender and that he's basically stayed real this whole time, and Cena saying that he's really just a gimmick, that what I'm saying, I ain't gonna lie, he kind of hit him hard though with the line of saying, because the top 25 creators list came out last year, came out yesterday I think, and I was looking through it. I think I was on that list. My list got lost in the mail. Actually, I was supposed to be in the top 5, but it got lost in the mail. Anyway, Drewski and Casanat and Speed and a few others, Mr. Beast were on there, and Cena name dropped Kai, Speed, and Drewski as being on the list and said you weren't on the list. So basically saying Logan is lying when he says that his influence is what got them the ESPN deals and the Netflix deals and stuff like that. But anyway, poking him where it hurts, man. God done it, Cena. We love Cena, but God done. Anyway, I do think this will be a fun match. Logan Paul's great athleticism, I think, will coincide or mix well with Cena's more, basic, not basic economics, you know what I'm saying, but basic style of wrestling as far as, it's more about his strength and his power than anything else. Is not none over the top. So I think that mix of athleticism and more of like Cena's strength, I think that will make for a fun mix up there. But I do got John Cena winning it. I just think he'll get wins like these. I don't think this is one of those, for me, I don't think this is one of those we need to put the younger guy over type of thing. For me. So I think Cena's going to get this win. And we are going to see Brock Lesnar face him at WrestlePalooza. Because for those who don't know, Brock is scheduled for September 7th and September 14th on SmackDown. And I think WrestlePalooza is September 20th. So that'll be 2 weeks leading up to it. So Brock may come out in this match, maybe at the end. Because I think this is going to main event, because Cena's been main eventing all of his all the PLEs because this is last year. So I would think this is last, but I don't know. Probably, maybe. I think it is going to be the last match. But anyway, moving on. Got to get this video out. And the obvious, the fatal four-way between Seth Rollins as the World Heavyweight Champion versus LA Knight versus CM Punk versus Jey Uso, Yeet Man himself. Obviously, Seth is winning. It's his first title defense, and two, they're telling that story of like basically everybody can get on the same page because CM Punk is saying, "Hey, they want us to be mad at each other, don't fall for their tricks." And then LA Knight and Jay are like, "Nah, you only want us to help you basically to save yourself. That's why you trying to get us involved. You masking it as, oh, we all got to work together to take our Seth, but nah, we over there like, nah, you just want us to protect you. You know what I'm saying? You just want you to be protected, but we all know it's gonna be, all for one. Well, not all for one, but it's gonna be all for one to get that title, and it's gonna be one for all got done in that match. Like we gonna all be going against each other anyway, so F helping each other out. You know what I'm saying? Because we're gonna all be, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, we're gonna be all by ourselves anyway. So you know what I'm saying? So that's the whole dynamic they're going there, is that all these guys can't, because they all are going for the same title, they can't all work together to like go against Seth. So it'd be funny if they started out the match all attacking Seth. That would be funny. But anyway, like I said, I think Cena and Logan will be the main event, because Cena's been since his retirement year, he's been main eventing all the PLEs. So it makes sense. So I think that is going to be the main event, and if that is the case, I would think this match, Fatal 4-Way for the World Heavyweight title, since it's the only world title on the line, I would think that would be at the start of the show. But anyway, y'all let me know in the comments down below how you feel about the card. Are you excited for the matches? I think the crowd will make it fun even if the matches don't deliver. I do think the match will deliver, but if they were not to deliver, I think the crowd's going to make up for it pretty well. They did great last year when they were in France, so I feel they will do the same here. But at the end of the day, we gotta say this was going to be his project, because he didn't come up with the content. The video bangers over and over again for you guys. I'm going to keep doing my thing and doing it well until we get to the top. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think my predictions were Roman Reigns, Becky Lynch, Rusev, Wyatt Six, John Cena, and Seth. So that's my predictions. If just a quick reminder there. But anyway, love and appreciate you guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Share me all over the place. Follow the Got Done socials. You see the socials? Follow all them down. Know the DJ's Prodigy pretty much everywhere. And I shall see you on the next video, man. That is the vibe that DJ's on.